but be depositing to your account, be depositing experience, be depositing clientele, be depositing, start small, and trust me, all the people that we look up to today, they started with one client, and as that one client pays, know where to put that money. You don't go buy shoes, you don't go buy a weave, you don't go out with your friends.
Yes, that you've always wanted.
Yeah. So that's what I always say to people. Learn to build brick by brick. It will be a good story to know that one started with one brick and they built on it. It requires consistency.
So apart from writing down a vision, you have to have a to-do list, right?
Absolutely.
And not to-do list. I'm actually hearing about this for the very first time, because we always talk about a to-do list. We never talk about, let's take us through a not to-do list.
Okay, let's look at this. 2024, I was studying. I knew it was going to demand a lot from me. My part of not to-do list was not watching television, soapies.
As in the whole year?
Trust me, I cannot even tell you. Somebody was telling me about something that was on TV. I don't know about it. Why? Because my mind, my heart, my vision was set onto finishing, onto studying. And then one of the things, there are events that I normally attend. Some of the events I didn't attend. I prioritized events where I was a speaker, and in that case as well, I would even weigh those options. Is it something that is going to cost a day? Say if it's on a Saturday, that Saturday, am I doing a critical subject? Like I know I need more help when it comes to financial management, accounting and all that. So I wouldn't go and attend an event on that, because I know this is my assignment. So each individual, this differs from individual to individuals. We need to be able to say, check on yourself. I said, take your plate and be true. What's in my plate? Is it going out? You know, some people love to go out. Is it associations? Is it, have I overcommitted myself even in the church where I'm serving? Because many of us, we don't have boundaries. Do I travel to Limpopo or to KZN every weekend? I need to communicate as well. If it is about family commitments, communicate to the people and say, guys, this year I've got these commitments. I'm not gonna, don't just disappear. Because at the end of the day, you need to keep relationships. You need to compensate on those days. So those are some of the things really that are important for me. Yeah.
And also talking about that, I think most of us, we suffer the guilt of not being there at the events, not being there for family, not being there for that funeral, or not being there for that gathering. And that thing builds up an anxiety in us, that you're feeling guilty that you're not at the same places at the same time. Like, what would you say to someone who says, I want to commit, I want my not to do list, but at the same time I suffer from this thing of not having to do everything at the same time? And all of those things are important, remember?
Absolutely. I think what is important is that deal with yourself first. Because some of these things of overcompensation, they are reflecting your inner posture.
Wow.
Trust me, your overcompensation says you wanna do everything for everyone. And that on its own, Mhadi, becomes a challenge. Because you can't say no. You need to be able to have boundaries as an individual. Like I'm saying, communicate with the people. I'll give you an example. If I know you have a conference and I become present, there are conferences that I'm not there physically, yet my money is there. My contributions are there. So learn not to just remove yourself completely, because after that vision degree, you still need people. Right?
Those people,
yes. So what I'm saying is learn, even in the morning, learn to check how are things. Is everything set? Contribute. Contributions does not only require you physically, but your contributions can also be monetary, can also be in support, where you are checking on people. Maybe after, if for example, like me, you had a class till 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, go and show up and show people and be present. Put up whatever needs to be done just to show your presence. You don't need to be always physically present.
So it's actually about a balance.
Absolutely. It's important to strike a balance. I always say to people, there are people talking about balance. I've seen people losing God. I've seen people losing their relationship with God because I was studying. I've seen people shy away from God because I was building a business. You need to know prioritization. What comes first? I always say anything that costs me my relationship with God is too expensive. So anything that costs my anointing, anything that costs my purpose and calling is way too expensive for me, and I can't afford it. Yeah.
So tell us about your next event, where you'll be sitting with women, empowering them about writing down their visions, and just compiling a practical goal and a to-do list